Good afternoon. Today I will present my video about stress, friend and foe, explaining what it means, causes, and effects. So, stress, fire, foe. Some stress is good, yet stress is an essential part of our lives. It starts with birth, which raises the stress hormone cortisol in a newborn blood. To live is experience stress. It is basic evolutionary survival mechanism that triggers fight or flight reaction to escape danger. Uh, Stress hunger sense and reaction times, which means it can enhance our performance in interviews and exams. But while a certain amount of stress is good for some people, it interferes in their day-to-day life. What happens in the body when we experience stress? Stress is closely linked to the autonomic nervous system. It flows our bloodstream with the hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol that arouse stress response such as increased heart rate, faster breathing, and profuse feeding. When we are under stress for any length of time, our body as well our brain is affected. The blood pressure goes up, heart rate increases, heartbeat can become irregular, concentration wavers, the mood changes, sleep brings and disrupt. What signs should I look out for? The first signs of stress overload are irritability, when we are so irritability, sleep problems, high blood pressure, headache, dizziness, loose appetite, and stiff necks. Excessive stress can lead to bad physical and physiological problems like hyperventilation that results in dizziness, lightheadedness, confusion, breathlessness, blurred vision, or feelings of unreality, palpitations, panic attacks, anxiety, and depression. Who like to get stressed? The physical doctor team Christopher says is often competent, goal-oriented people who have problems. Many believe that people who suffer from stress are weak, but in fact, it is more likely to be strong, reliable, diligent people with a firm conscience and a sense of responsibility, he says. Dr. Malcolm Van Hamburg, co-author of Positive on Depression, agrees the weak live under stress, but the strong react by doubling their efforts, increase the body to push themselves beyond their limits. He notes this from personal experience. When we feared this consultancy business was going to collapse, he reacted by working ever harder, flying from Tokyo to London to New York in a non-stop round of meetings. He eventually cracked under the strain and ended up in hospital with depression. What can I do? We all suffer from stress at some point in our lives. Short periods of stress are normal and can be relieved by talking to others and taking time to relax. Long-term stress and the associated problems of anxiety and depression are more difficult to treat. Counseling, physical therapy, and stress management techniques can all help you deal with stress. Uh, if at any point you feel aren't coping, see your GP for advice and help. So we have the cause of the stress. Everyone has different stress triggers. What stress to the list? According to survivors, 40% of United States work admit to experience of stress, and 1/4 said work is the biggest source of stress in their lives. Cause of the worst work stress include being unhappy in your job, having a heavy workload and too much responsibility, working long hours, having poor management, unclear expectation of your work, or not safe in the decision-making process. Working under dangerous conditions, being secure of your chance of advancement or risk or termination. Having to give speeches in front of colleagues, facing discrimination or harassment at work, especially if your company isn't supportive. Life stress can also have a big impact. Examples of the life stresses are the death of a loved one, divorce, loss a job, increase in a financial obligations, get married, moving to new home, chronic illness or injury, emotional problems like depression, anxiety, anger, grief, guilt, low self-esteem. Taking care of elderly or sick family members. Traumatic events such as a natural disaster, a thief, rape, or violence against you or a loved one. Sometimes stress comes from inside rather than outside. You can stress yourself or just be worrying about things. All these factors can lead to stress. Fear and uncertainty. When you regularly heard about the threat of terrorist attacks, the global warming, and toxic chemicals on the news, it can cause you feel stress, especially because you feel like you have no control over those events. And even though disasters are typical very rare events, their vivid courage in the media make them seem as if they never are most to prove that they are really. Fear can also hit closer home, such as being worried that you won't finish up private work or won't have enough money to pay your bills this month. Another is altitude and perceptions. How you view the world or particular situations can determine whether it causes stress. For example, if your television says it's stolen and you take altitude, it's okay. My insurance company will pay me for a new one. You'll be far less stressed than if you think my TV is gone and I'll never get it back. What is a thief come back to my house to steal again? Similarly, people who feel like they're doing a good job of the work will be less stressed out by big uncommon projects that those won't worry that they are incompetent. Unrealistic expectations. No one is perfect. If you expect to do everything right all the time, you are destined to feel stress when things don't go as expected. Change. Any major personal life change can be stressful. Having a happy event like a wedding or a work promotion. More unpleasant events such as a divorce, minor financial setback, or a death in the family can be a significant source of stress. Your stress level will differ about of your personality and how you respond to situations. Some people let everything roll off their back. To them, work stress and life stress are just minor bumps in the road. Others literally water themselves sick. And the effects of stress in your health. When you are in a stress situation, your body launches a physical response. Your nervous system breaks into action, releasing hormones that prepare you to either fight or take off. It's called the flight or fight response. Added why? When you are in a stress stressful situation, you may notice that your heartbeat speeds up, your breathing gets faster, your muscles tense, and you start to sweat. This kind of stress is short-term and temporary, and your body usually recovers quickly from it. But if your stress system stays activated over a long period of time, the chronic stress, it can lead to aggravation, more serious health problems. The constant rush of stress hormones can build up a lot of wear and tear of your body, cause to the age more quickly and making it more prone to illness. If you've been stressed out for a period of time, you may start to notice some of these physical signs: a headache, a fatigue, difficult to sleep, difficult to concentrate, upset stomach, and irritability. This stress becomes long-term and is not properly addressed. It can lead to a number of more serious health conditions, include depression, high blood pressure, abnormal heartbeat, the arrhythmia, hardening of the arteries, arteriosclerosis, heart disease, heart attack, heartburn, ulcers, irritable bowel syndrome, upset stomach, cramps, constipation, and diarrhea. Weight gain or lose, change in sex drive, fertility problems, flare-ups of asthma or arthritis, skin problems such as acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Yes. Managing your stress can make a real difference to your health. One study showed that women with heart stress live longer if they underwent a stress management program. That was my video of the stress. So I hope you liked much. Thank you.